Hey, real quick, what going on with y'all folks, man? I wanted to pop in here and make a little video to respond to some questions I've been getting. Main question I've been getting is how much money do I need to go to Cartagena? Man, this question got so many layers, so I figured I would just come and try to answer it to the best of my ability. First and foremost, man, I'm not one to really watch nobody's pockets. I can't count nobody's pockets. I don't know about everybody's financial situation. I can only speak about my own. It's a fine line between being cheap and being frugal. I'm more on the frugal side. If I got it, let's do it. But I'm also a firm believer in you don't have to really overextend your pockets to have a good time. So with that being said, man, it depends on a lot of things, like how long you gonna be in Cartagena. What's your purpose of going to Cartagena? Are you going to enjoy the culture? Are you going to enjoy the nightlife? You going to enjoy the mangoes? You know what I mean? All of that plays a heavy factor into how much money you would typically need. So I'm gonna try to answer this as surface level as I can. Okay. Typical 5 to 7 day stay. Now I'm speaking from the standpoint of after you've paid for your Airbnb, already paid for your flight. I'm talking about on the ground, boots on the ground, cash once you in Cartagena. Excuse me. I would say nowhere between no more than about $500, man. That's if you doing it modest. Now keep in mind, through all my travels over the years down there, the price has been going up because the tourism is starting to get a little bit more, expand a little bit more. It's starting to attract more people there, so they starting to raise the prices up. Case in point, when I first started going back in 2022, it was more like you could get a bottle in the club for a pretty decent price. Last time we were there a couple of weeks back in August, man, them prices were damn near the same as they is in Atlanta. You know what I mean? For the bottle service. Now, things is a little different as far as like with them. They might give you the section. So you might not have to pay for the section per se. Buy a bottle to be eligible for the section, if you know what I mean. Food in the tourist area still on the cheaper side. We watched a lot of the we was there during the Olympic Games, so we watched a lot of the basketball over at Vibe Sports Bar over in Boca Grande. Shout out to Vibe and the staff, always a good time, man. They show love, look out. Fun place to hang, man. Beautiful girls, good food. I highly recommend the alitas fritas. That's chicken wings. So, but chicken wings there, you got to order you some French fries on the side if you want. One night I was so hungry, I got 2 orders of wings and some French fries, the cocoa, limonada de coco. Man, you looking at about $15, $16. It ain't nothing really crazy. Now, food over there is good, but I find myself being hungry a lot more than I am in the States. So sometimes I might eat 2 or 3 times a day. So a lot of my money goes to food. That's what I'm basically trying to say. But man, you can keep it really reasonable. You don't need but maybe $500. I was there last time for 10 days. And it's probably the most that I've ever spent on a trip down there. And I didn't even spend over a grand. I probably was around like this between 7 to like 850 maybe. But yeah, so it just depends. Now, if you're going down there messing with them chicks, that's a totally different budget. Because, hey, that can get a little costly. You know what I mean? And that also depends on a whole bunch of factors, too. The level of the game you playing on, the type of chicks you seeking out, the type of company you are looking to keep, in other words. So, yeah. But all in all, I did also want to put y'all up on something. Now, you veteran travelers, y'all already know. Man, I'll be speaking for more so the experience of, like, people that's first timers, you know what I mean? That's kind of who some of these videos are catered towards. If you've been going down there, you got your own hookups and drivers and people you deal with on the regular, this ain't for you. But with that being said, I'm going to Thursday, actually. I got a quick little rundown to Cartagena Thursday. I talked to a chick down there. So going down there to kick it with her, man, check in, just, make sure she's straight. It's not hard to find non-working girls, but a lot of them are. So in my situation, when I ran across one that ain't a working girl, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me really lock in and see what's going on with this one. But aside of that, banks, your local banks, Wells Fargo, I got an account over at PNC. They do foreign exchange for you. So I went down there and got me some pesos. I went to the bank, got me some pesos before my trip. Now here's the thing. Once you down in Cartagena, in Medellin, anywhere in Colombia, anywhere in any other country, man, them folks know, like, you gotta be all the way on game to really get your full dollar amount when you exchanging currency. Because when you go to the money exchange, the cambio exchange. But anyway, when you go there, bro, they gonna type some little numbers into the calculator and show you what it is. You gonna give them your bread and they gonna chip you out. You ain't gonna be asking too many questions. But here in the States, at PNC, for example, I went and exchanged $250, which comes out to about 900 mil pesos. Man, my bank charged me $1.50, I think, $1.75. That's all it was to change it out. You ain't gonna tell me I'm finna get a better rate nowhere down in Cartagena than that. So I highly recommend just go ahead and take your paper with you. Now, if you get out, you get down there and you run out, of course you gotta hit the ATM. Of course you gotta hit the money exchange at that point. But for starters, try to save yourself as much as you can up front. But yeah, man, that's it. That's it for this video. I ain't want to make it too long, man. $500 to about $700. That should last you for about 5 to 7 days. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time, you going down there with your fellas anyway. If y'all do get a bottle, y'all gonna patch up on that anyway. You gonna, you know what I mean, be splitting the cost of things. So, and also, man, don't be afraid to use your card. Like if you got a credit card, especially if you got a card to get points. Most credit cards will give you back your bread without that much of a hassle if anything fraudulent does happen. So, be mindful if you got your debit card, you kind of be on your own with that a little bit more. So, I hope that answered y'all boy questions, man. Hit me up if you got any other questions, any other videos I need to make to address certain topics. But other than that, man, looking forward to my trip this week. So, I'll try to do a bit better of a job, man, of like documenting like in the moment, but I be too busy enjoying myself. I be living, so I just prefer to talk about it when I get back. But with that being said, man, y'all take it easy until the next time.